Hey everyone, and good morning. Oh, this is a little, oh, that's better. That was flashy. Good morning. It's been like, oh my God, has it been like a week or something since I've been able to do a video? Probably. Let's say Levy. There it is. Um, I'm doing the video today because, well, I haven't had time actually to do it because I think I probably announced this already. I started my internship for healthcare administration 2 weeks. Well, I guess yeah, I've completed 2 weeks. But in the interim and I've also been wrapping up a number of coursework, a number of courses, and I'm actually done. I'm kind of excited about that. So, yeah, so I haven't been able to do any readings for a really long time, which I like doing. I like doing it for myself. And I think I described to some people that the reason I do it is because I'm also practicing to become a medical intuitive as part of my medical pursuits in nursing. So this is my way of being able to include that component in the work that I do. So, and practice my intuitive skills in a way that also, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And I've learned a lot. So we're going to do the cards today. Got some coffee and my mermaid cup. And in fact, you know what? We are going to use the mermaid. We're going to use the mermaid deck. I wasn't going to use it, but then all of a sudden, when I was doing my meditation this morning, the mermaids came up for me pretty strongly. So I'm pretty excited about using mermaids. And, the mermaid on my mermaid cup was very exciting for me today, too. That's actually not my cup. It was given to my daughter, but I sort of use it all the time. So let's use the magical mermaid cards today. All right, let's see what's up. And I actually haven't even had any time to do readings for myself. So there's that. So I miss it, and guess what? That means that I've done a tremendous number of a bunch of my coursework is done, and I'm just kind of monitoring a few things this weekend. I'm going to be finishing up my internship this summer, probably within a month, and I have one more course that I need to take for my bachelor's degree, and then everything is like a focus on the nursing piece. And I'm still waiting to hear about what nursing program I'm getting into, so we'll see what happens. La, 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 la. Let's pick one from the Magical Mermaid card. So archangels. I also had a lot of, when I started doing my prayers this morning, a real feeling of the dark energies that are out there. And I don't know if that resonates with any of you, but there's a lot of dark energy out there. I think there's a lot of polarity. And I think that we are being pulled in a couple of different directions and feel like there's a real battle of right and wrong right now. And what that means for us as a collective and as people, I feel like, there's been a call to continually examine our belief systems and why we believe the things that we believe. Keep doing that. If things do not sit well with you and they don't resonate with you and they are not authentic to you, figure out why. Like, look at why. Get underneath it. It doesn't mean that you just need to do blind, broad scale abandoning of the things that you're doing. But it does mean that you need to figure out why it is that it's important to you to do things in a particular way. Are they really getting you to a particular place in your life? Do they feed you? Do they nourish you? Do they make you feel whole? I have friends who separated recently and who are actually still together. They just live in different homes now. And they came to the conclusion that there was 80% of their relationship that was working and 20% that wasn't. And the 20% that wasn't working was really super important to both of them. And that was why they elected to move apart, to figure out what that 20% is all about. So I encourage you to do the same, and that kind of investigation and that kind of honesty, and be able to have the courage to be at that level of honesty with, your partnerships, with your relationships, with all your connections. And one card is already coming out. Time to move on. I don't make this stuff up. I don't even make this stuff up. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. We are asked to do this. And she's beautiful. I can read from the book if we like to get a little A bit of information about what this means for us. By drawing this card, you're alerted to the fact that you need to make room for the new by letting go of the old. First, let go emotionally and intellectually. In other words, quit or say goodbye in your mind and your heart. Once you do this, the physical letting go will happen naturally in a peaceful and harmonious way. Ask heaven to help you make this transition, and don't plan, scheme, or worry about how your letting go or replacement will occur. Put all your energy into prayer and faith and leave the rest up to infinite spirit. You get divine guidance whenever it's the right moment to take action. Until then, stay lovingly detached from your old situation, in whatever way that makes sense for you. I love that. I love that. That's exactly what we were saying. And I don't know what, maybe talk about that, but that's, basically, just do whatever you can in a very loving, kind way. Be kind and appreciative of the various situations and partnerships that have brought you to the place where you are. And then, learn to lovingly detach from those situations. So, I also have an Archangel Raphael card deck that I thought I wanted to pull from. So we'll go ahead and pull. I feel like it's a time of healing, and that's one thing. And that's one of the things that came up in the book reading for this card. Time to move on is the fact that we do need to call upon our supports, our angels, our guides. Whatever power is bigger than you. And speak your truth. Ask them for divine wisdom, for the truth to speak, because honestly, the minute you start speaking, you will say the right things. If you are leaning on divine guidance, when you feel yourself getting ramped up and closed, that's the time to breathe. It's fine. Take your breath, stop, breathe, all that good stuff. Breathe, take that moment. I'm a little chilly today. And be with spirit. Spirit will be your guidance. Archangel Raphael will heal all situations. So let's pull a card from his deck. Someone asked me on Instagram from a reading that I did a couple of weeks ago what one card meant. And if there's anything that you need to know in particular about a card, please don't hesitate to comment and ask about anything that I'm doing. I'm more than happy. I am busy, but I will catch up. I will catch up for sure. And if you ever want a private reading with me, just message me. You can email me at Lisa, L-I-S as in Sally, Loring, L-O-R-I, N as in Nancy, G, at gmail.com. I'll put that in the link too. I don't charge a lot for readings, like $20. I'm just here to help. I don't do this because this isn't my profession. Or is it? I don't know, right? So Archangel Raphael, what do you have to share with us today? What are the energies that are here with us today, and how can we use them to our best and brightest for our best good and therefore the good of others? When we're in our best, other people are at their best. When we're doing our best, our situations come out. All outcomes are in our best interest. Detoxification. I don't even know what to say. This is just fantastic. For those of you on the live, oh my gosh, dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for cleaning up my body, mind, and life so I may happily and healthfully live free of chemicals. And this could mean, legitimately, so whatever is a habit, things that are habitual, things that are, like I said, examine your belief systems. That's what this is about. Look, it's time to clear out. It's time to move on. Anything that feels old and heavy, examine why you're holding on to them. It's time to move on. I'm excited. Those are great cards. Okay, so let's, I don't think there's I can read from the book if you want. I'll go ahead and do it. Hello. Possible specific meanings. Take a detoxifying sea salt bath. It might be just a matter of taking that quiet time for yourself to start creating some habits around that so you can hear your spirits and your guides. Ask the angel to clear away negative energies. And that dark energy, that kind of push and pull stuff that's going on. Leave a toxic relationship or situation. Detoxify your thoughts by becoming more positive and optimistic. Avoid household chemicals. I got to clean today. I'm going to watch what I clean with. Avoid household chemicals. Change or reduce your medications. That might be a thing, something that somebody needs to hear that resonated for me. I don't take medications, but actually I do take some supplements, and I took some this morning, and I was kind of wondering, do I need to take these anymore? You drew this card because your body or the body of the person for whom you're inquiring is highly sensitive to chemicals, environment, that kind of thing. Detoxify your environment, just clean your house. This could mean changing to an organic and not, Archangel Raphael is recommending a detoxification, which he will oversee and help you with. So call him in. He has a beautiful green light. Call him in. I can feel it coming into me right now. He is so present. This could mean changing to an organic and natural diet that's devoid of preservatives, sugar, and other chemicals. This card may also represent an avoidance of recreational substances such as alcohol, drugs, caffeine, sugar, or nicotine. In some cases, the angels could be steering you away from environmental irritants in your home or workplace. Irritants can mean anything. Use your definition. The first chemical or substance that comes to mind is an indication of your detoxification guidance. So there you go. The first one that comes to your mind. And like I said, I took that stuff this morning. I'm like, do I need to be taking this anymore? Maybe not. So interesting. Let's do the Shadowscape Tarot. I'm super excited, guys. I'm so excited. Excited to work with you. I'm like super, super stoked. Super, super stoked. All right. I'm going to turn the phone here so the live video picks up the cards. I'm not really doing a very good job, am I? How can I do that? Oh, just move this. And yeah, simplify is also another really good idea. Simplification, always a fantastic idea. All right, Shadowscapers. Oh, these just are such a beautiful deck. All right. Tarot, what do we have? What do you have to show us today? What's our divine guidance? What are the messages from Spirit? Show us what we have to have the most fun with today's energies, to be the most productive with it, to be the most skillful, the most beautiful people that we can. 2 cards are already coming. Actually 3. Not, oh, wow. Holy cow. Oh my God. Cards are everywhere. All right. Hold on. I'm going to reshuffle these. I just barely touched them. I think we're just a little too excited. And we need to like chill out. So let's chill out a little bit. Okay, here we go. Where we go. King of Cups. King of Cups came up. King of Cups. That's a great one. We might be filled with a lot of emotion, a lot of excitement. It's a matter of we're being asked to be a mastery of our emotions. Be masters of our emotions for the long run, the long haul. You know, sea turtles are symbols of longevity. Seahorses are also very fertile. In order to be our best and to be able to move forward, the message I'm getting from this card right away is we need to be masters of our emotions. We are being asked to do that today in order to move on, in order to not get emotional about the things that need to be gone from our lives. So there's that. And we'll see what the other cards have to say. All right, our Spirit, I know you're really excited to share the messages, and we haven't worked with the cards in a while, so let's just corral the energies so that we can bring the best and most beautiful messages forward for the best way to work with today's energies, to be the master of our emotions and ourselves and be in our most beautiful, highest power. I've got another one right here. 5 of Wands. So again, we've got some conflict, so that's not surprising. If the King of Cups came out first, we're probably going to meet some interesting energies today that are, you know, this, I always say this, and I heard this from another reader or two who I treat myself to listening to. And they talk about how this is, you know, Wands energy is about passions. It's about the conflict of passions here rather than swords, which is like ideologies. And when we're in a conflict of, this is minor, you know, minor conflict. I mean, this looks pretty intense. He's got a lot of like foxes attacking him, and he's like really trying to like move forward with his one thing. But the foxes are also like all about that rabbit in this. You see that rabbit? You see that rabbit? It's pretty cool. The rabbit's getting away, though. That's the thing. The rabbit is actually getting away from this like chaos. Like everyone's like all like in a jumble, but this rabbit's, the rabbit's the one that's supposed to be like, but it's totally getting away. Like they're in such a mess of their own. And the rabbit's like, yeah, you guys do you, I'm doing me, and I'm out. Bye. So there's that. Let's see what other messages the cards have to share with us today. Oh. Okay, this one flipped. Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, and again, so getting away. It's mastering. It's rising above the thoughts, the ideologies, the looking at the belief systems. I had a conversation with my daughter this morning about how, she was recognizing that the beliefs and with a person with whom she's close were not hers. They're not hers. And she recognized that. She's like, wait a minute, that's not actually how I think. Why am I like agreeing or being, I need to change my environment. And so this theme that's coming up is something that she's already on, but she's up and away. So there's that. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Star. I love that. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Star. And the Star card comes after the Tower card. So after the Tower card comes and, everything kind of blows up and, and again, you've blown up your ideologies. You've examined, you've looked at, you're changing the whole landscape. You're starting to, and you're agreeing. I didn't think about the Tower card in this way, but honestly, the Tower card is a lot about like, how do we perceive, how do we perceive ourselves? That's not correct. I'm kind of fussing with this and I'm getting off track. So it's not a matter of how we perceive ourselves, but no, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. Let's flip that around. Now you see the birds, people on Instagram. Sorry. It's not about like how we are perceived, but I just am thinking about how the Tower card is the agreement that we've made to actually create a new foundation. Like the Tower card comes along, any situation that we have comes along that seems chaotic, right? And seems out of our control. It seems to have created great destruction. We've actually there's a contract that we have. There's a part of us that's called that energy in. We've called everything toward us. We absolutely have, good, bad, or indifferent. And I don't mean that to be a trigger for some people who are in abusive situations, but what part of you is allowing that to continue to carry on? And part of the detoxing is understanding our role in that. I just personally, I work with people who in my life who have addictions, and through Al-Anon and other supportive programs, I have learned understood my role in letting that continue to be a thing and examining my own habits and addictions in that situation that aren't necessarily chemical. So it's a matter of looking at those things and detoxifying and having the bravery to detoxify so you can move on in whatever way that makes sense for you. Maybe a small way, right? But she talks about that in the if you go back into this video and you listen to the reading, and then we get to the Star. But when after the Tower comes up, we have hi IS, how are you? We have the Star, and after things have blown up, after we've looked at those things and we've agreed that we're going to create a new foundation by kind of changing things, changing the whole scenario, we get the Star card. And these are our hopes and dreams. These are things that are coming in. What else is at the bottom of the deck? The Knight of Pentacles. So it's a little slow going, but that's fine. This is another card that helps us stop short. Like, oh, is this really what I want? Is this really what I want? Giving us that time for that self-examination. The Eight of Cups, and then deciding to take the one thing and move forward with them. Taking that one cup and swimming away from the seven, making a decision. And I suggest, if I may, that you make the decision for yourself. for yourself, which may create some Five of Swords-y stuff. But there we are. Six of Cups. So we have a really interesting reading here. It's always interesting, right? The time to move on card. But in order to move on and detoxify, we do need to master our emotions. We need to step into this King of Cups energy. When we are master of our emotions, we actually create a scenario where instead of it being like a major conflict, like a Seven of Swords or a Five of Swords or a Tower moment, you make it into a Five of Wands, which is just, changing not ideologies, but it's conflict, and you're getting away, and you're able to actually move away from these situations. When you're able to be in mastery of your emotions, you're able to move away and up and away from even your own thoughts and ideas that were holding you back towards the star. And then you get to take a little bit of a break, figure out what is really valuable to you. Take your time getting into that. You take that moment. You're like in a different space to take that moment in order to figure out what is that one thing that you want to move forward with. So there we are. That's the reading for today. Although, let's pick one from the fairies because I did pick out their deck. We'll pick one from the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracles to see what other commentary they have for us on this reading. I love it. And we're getting close to the time. So, Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracles. Fairies, what do you have for us today? What do the fairies have for us today? I'm listening away. Oh. We got two come out. All right. So, what do we have here from the fairies? Solace. Return to nature, tree wisdom, natural remedies, flower essences. Take time today to go outside, maybe. Definitely take time to meditate. And this is again a card, like I said to you earlier, that and dark moon. Yeah, meditate, maturation, growing up, introspection, know thyself. Pay attention to yourself. It's all about you moving forward and being in love with yourself, being in mastery. When you're in mastery, you're diffusing situations, you're bringing them down to a manageable level, you're moving away. You're moving into your own dreams. And again, this is loving of thyself. I think I brought that up when I first saw this card, this Eight of Cups come up. All right. So I'm going to leave it there. It is about being in love with the self, tapping into yourself, doing you. Have a great day.